got one seat left over there. That's already taken. So all right. So good to have you here. So okay, we got an extra one there. One up here. See, if you're real late, you're gonna sit right up there. Well, my name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough, and in the back is my lovely wife. Maybe you'll raise your hand there. My brown caramel delight. I call her eye candy, brain food, and spiritual refreshment. Let's get it. We was in church the other day, the pastor was talking about how a lot of times in marriage, people have high expectations, and you get married, and it's like it doesn't meet your expectations. And he said that just doesn't happen for people. I was like, this one went above my expectations. I tell people I married a woman of my dreams, woke up, and wasn't a nightmare. Matter of fact, it was better than what I dreamed. And so we say we're a covenant couple building covenant relationships based on the covenant of promise, and we aspire to inspire breakthroughs. Somebody's getting paid, even after we inspire. All right, so you might want to turn your money machines off just for a moment. And by the way, on the airplane on the way here, I got paid. Amen. Y'all ain't got the clap. I got the money. So, but anyway, so I want to introduce again the guy that put all this together. I tell people he's kind of like. Okay, we got to need some extra. Can we get a couple brothers and grab this table real quick? A couple brothers up front. And take this to the back. All right. One more? A couple of these, like two. There you go. I need one more person to carry this chair for me. I'll take it. Thank you. All right. We got to sit here. Come on, man. So we'll just get started. All right. All right. So y'all can go back and tell people the first meeting we ever had, we had to set up some extra chairs. Come on now. But seriously though, this is our first meeting, and by the way, we're going to have several meetings. And what I want you to know up front is, as International Training Director, my commitment, by the way, my motto is, I have a wife, and we both like to travel. Oh, they didn't hear that one. All right. We both like to travel. So if you can put some folk in a room, if you can pack a room like this, profit is. I'll be right back. You hear me? Or if you got a group in South Carolina or California or where? DC. Yes, exactly. Wherever. You know what I mean? So that's one thing this year. We're going to just be launching all kinds of things like that. So, and you guys are here at the very, very beginning. So what I want to do is introduce to you, I call it the brother like no other. I mean, the master of disaster can't say it no faster. This guy's too strong to be sweet, too sweet to be sour. He can't take credit. It's all God and his wife's power. But this man, Peter Wolfing, I tell you, he's like a mad scientist. And he went into the laboratory and he put together a Frankenstein, but it's a money-making Frankenstein. And I tell you, it's just incredible. So Peter's a guy, if you don't know the fact that you get a chance to meet this gentleman, and by the way, his family is here, his whole family is here, and so I want you to give this man a welcome like he's never had before. And when you welcome him, you're welcoming his family because they're here. But just know this guy goes to bat for you all. I'm telling you. That, okay, I said this to Peter the other day. Why settle the work a minimum wage job if you can get started with National Wealth Center and launch a maximum paying business? Are you with me? And that's all because of what this man's done. So he could have been like many companies that by the way, I speak for several different companies, and they all have this breakage and all this way they make this extra money that y'all don't know about, right? Y'all think y'all getting 60% or 70% or 80%, and you're not. When this man says 80% to 100%, that's a straight, serious 80% company doing everything, 100% you do everything, and up to 100% pay. So I want you to, I want you, like you going out of your mind, make this man feel welcome because he's the guy to put this all together. And by the way, just so you know, Peter not just was a sergeant in the Marines, not just has a degree in culinary arts, right? Not just an entrepreneur. The guy also actually draws also. I saw some of his drawings even when he was a young teenager. But he's got a heart as big as Texas. Seriously, a heart as big as Texas. And if you want to see somebody that's, you know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding. I think about Peter, the rock. I mean, the guy he's just going to be, next year, it's going to be here. 2 years, it's going to be here. Just keeps on, keeping on, keep on, keeping on. But not just keeps on keeping on, it keeps making it better and better and better. Watch this now, not for him only, but for us, that in essence makes it better for him. So can y'all give the best welcome you can give to my brother, Peter Woofing. He's more methodical, I'm more motivational, but we fit together real well.
That's what we have, methodical, motivational. If we go into training later on, you'll see what we're talking about is that we both approach the business totally different, which is the reason why we both work very well together. So we'll go over that a little bit later as we do a training afterwards. So I want to thank everybody for coming here and coming here to New York. Who's going to own New York City? All right, we're not standing up over there. All right, first I want to ask is everyone can turn your phone off so it doesn't ring, so this way everybody can be focused on what we're talking about today. And just sit back and relax. We have some guests here tonight. I know we do. We have people from all over the country that have driven here, and some people have even flown over here to go over here today. And I appreciate you coming here for the first ever meeting. I'm so proud of doing that. The reason why I'm proud of this is because over the last 20 years I've done everything virtual. Webinars, conference calls, and have built many different successful companies. Our parent company, Multiplex Systems, in case you don't know, is 16 and a half years old. Most companies don't get past a year or 2 years. So 16 and a half with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau is something to be proud about, and we certainly are. And you should be proud that you're part of a company that has that, and tell people that. You know, people want to know that it's not just a startup that's going to go on for a day or two, or a week or a month, and that we, as Dr. Stanton mentioned, I try to keep the programs going, improvise, adapt, and overcome, as we say in the Marine Corps, and to try to go over, under, around, and do whatever it takes to make the program better, to be able to increase the ability for you to make money, and in turn, I've always believed if we help the distributor to make money, then eventually it comes back to us. So let me give you a little bit of history about how this really came to be and how National Wealth Center came to be. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 5. Does anybody here have that in their blood? They kind of know it?
Come on.
You just had that little thing in your blood. You just kind of
didn't
know what it was when you were younger. And since 5, I know I had it since I was age 5. I was always doing some kind of business somehow to make money. And in school, they just never taught you about entrepreneurship, right? Well, one of the things we're working here with National Wealth Center, you may have seen on the website, is starting a nonprofit that we're working with, that we're starting, called WizKids. And WizKids is to help kids from 8 to 18 about entrepreneurial concepts, how to make money, how money works, how to start a business, how to be an entrepreneur, and stuff they don't teach you in school. So for me, it's always give back, okay? So through my years in learning about business and entrepreneurship, went to the Marine Corps. And I kind of, at that point in my life, I did it because my father did it. Okay? Has anybody ever done that? You know, your father or your mother did something, so you felt that's the right thing to do. So I went to the Marine Corps, and I always took things seriously when I was in the Marine Corps. I had 2 businesses, and took college courses, and so on. So rose to the ranks of being in the Marine, and rose to the ranks of sergeant about 2 to 2.5 years, which is pretty difficult to do. And was really proud of my service to the Marine Corps. And I was actually going to re-enlist. They offered me a lot of money to stay in. We did electronics, and back then in the early 80s, it was the beginning of the internet. So I was doing coding, decoding machines, things you kind of not allowed to tell anybody, so we have to kill you. All right, that kind of thing. Well, but it was the beginning of the internet, right? So I kind of knew there was kind of something special when they offered me a lot of money to stay in. And as luck would have had it, about a week before I was going to re-enlist, my parents called me up and said, "We're opening a restaurant, we need you." My hot button, right? I knew nothing about the restaurant business, anything like that, but it got me excited. I said, "I'm there." So got out, went over, took a plane, and same day I got off the plane, I'm in the kitchen, working. So in my blood, right? So as we did that, went to school at night, got my culinary degree while I was working in the restaurant business, and did that for a number of years. And as luck would have it, from that point, I was introduced to a hotel meeting similar to this. And it took 3 or 4 times for one of our customers to get me over there, because I was working 60, 70 hours a week, plus going to college full time. Eventually I got there and I sat in one of the seats you may be sitting there right now, and just sitting there like this, and okay, I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and what am I doing here? But as he spoke, my mind opened up to possibilities of what could happen. And they introduced me in 1990, I remember it as clear as day. You could refer someone in the area that you live, refer someone in the state, another state, refer someone in California back to the United States, to another country, and you would get paid for that. And I thought about it and I said, wow, you know, in the restaurant business, that's what we do all the time. We build great food, great ambiance, and we hope that people tell people about it. We go to movies and we hope people tell people about it, but we never get paid for it. Because it's just accepted that that's what you do. If you like something, you tell people, right? So it made sense to me when they described that to me, in that I was like, I can actually get paid for that, and I can actually build a business locally in my spare time while I'm doing something else, and eventually start to build it where I could have a full-time business. So working full-time on my job and my occupation at the time, because I like cooking, I like running a restaurant. So I saw it as a way to work full-time on my job, but work part-time on my fortune. And as I worked part-time on my fortune started getting bigger and bigger, and it got the same as my full-time occupation. So I was like, I wonder if I put more time and effort into this side of it. And eventually I decided to do that and start full-time in my network marketing business. So, and I also saw it as a way for the average person to start a business without the risk associated with the business. My parents were 6 months away from paying off their house, and they decided to go into the restaurant business, and they remortgaged their house, hundreds of thousands of dollars, took out of their house and put it into the restaurant business. And that's an accepted way to do business. If you know about business, and the traditional way to do business is you have risk versus reward, you put money into a business to start. And traditionally, if you're doing a typical business, you have to have a product, you have to, hopefully you know what you're doing, you have to buy a store, rent a store, inventory, everything, and you're talking usually hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. So my parents did the same thing. They opened that up and they said, well, maybe after a few years we'll break even, hopefully, right? And that's the whole anticipation of people opening up their own business. But it's that risk reward that got my fancy, and then I knew that was the traditional way to do it. And with network marketing, I said, wow, you know, at that time, for under $1,000 at that time, I could start my own business and have even more potential than someone that's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I don't have to wait years to break even. I can break even in a month. I was like fascinated with that concept. So as I started to build my business, I learned my trade, and you see my book over here if you pass it around, MLM Black Book. That's almost 30 years of me trying different ways to generate leads and traffic and how to build a business and what I say in a business. So I started to do that, and I started to learn how to be able to build a business in my network marketing business, did very well. And I had other people say, how are you doing that? So we started to do trainings and teaching other people in other companies how to be able to do what I was doing. And I said, hey, I really like this. I like to train people. I can teach people. And we started our company in 1998, Multiplex Systems, which is based on education, training, and also going into software to be able to create the software that I was using from other companies and actually sell the software. So we did phone broadcasting, which is actually my favorite way to market. Lead scraping systems, which pull leads off the internet. We've developed many different software products there, traffic exchanges, all sorts of different products that I teach in my book, so I actually practice what I preach. So as Dr. Stanton mentioned, I'm more of the methodical way to do the business and generate leads using mechanisms and being able to build a business with a backbone versus with a shovel. So as you go in your back office and you see different things you have available, many of these tools are available for you at a fraction of the price that I sold. The phone broadcasting platforms, we sold to tens of thousands of people at $500 a pop. You can get it for $24.95 a month. At 1/3 the cost per minute that you traditionally charge other people. So we want to make it available to you pretty much at our cost, so this way you have more things to be able to build your business, because ultimately you win too. So many of the different products that we have, that we've developed over years, are in the back office that you can use. And if you've seen the new automatic webinar system that we have, NWCwebinar.com, that's a new product too that's coming out, which you'll be able to get as a customized version of that webinar with your picture, your links, all that kind of stuff for like $9.95 a month. You want to take advantage of it. So as you refer people to it, you'll have your picture on it as one of the presenters. The buttons that come up will have your links on it. When people exit out, it goes to your links, all that kind of different thing. We customize manually for you to do it. So we want to be able to give you all these different tools and knowledge that I have and pass down to you, so this way you can in turn build your business. So speed forward a little bit. As I built my business in network marketing through multiplex systems, we decided that, wow, we can actually have these products available, but why don't, instead of just selling them to people, why not create a network marketing system around these products? So we started developing our around network marketing type style affiliate programs. Went crazy. So over the years, we've developed many kind of micro network marketing programs that were built as affiliate programs, selling our tools, and we've refined a system that's called direct pay marketing. And that's what National Wealth Center is built upon. It's built upon members paying each other directly rather than going through the company. So I don't like to do payroll. I want to be able to build a business for you, so this way you can do it, you make maximum money possible, and thus we can run a much smoother, leaner business for you. So as we go into the presentation tonight, we'll go over, we'll reach a lot of different terms that I'm going to hit on a little bit that are very, very important. Leverage, duplication, okay? Leverage, duplication are very, very important. So this way we want to leverage many different things for you in this business. So what are we doing here at National Wealth Center? Well, I realized after a number of years selling physical products, lotions, potions, pills, in network marketing, that I like digital products better. And all of the products that we have here in the National Wealth Center are digital in nature. What do I mean by digital? Well, it's something that you don't necessarily feel, touch, taste, bite into, that type of thing. Now, why do we do that? Mainly because I like the margin that we have as far as a product. I don't have to manufacture it, box it, package it, ship it, postage, mailing, administration, all that kind of stuff. If I had to do that, probably 30% of our cost would be just product. Okay? And then we have to ship it out, and all of that stuff costs money, which takes away from your commission. So in digital products, we have education, video education, audio education, print education, and how much is education worth to everybody? Everybody knows education is valuable, right? So even around the world, it's valuable. So if we come up with valuable education, which is what we've been teaching people through our company anyway, and have software and other products that we can essentially create, and then we can have it in the back office, essentially once one person here buys it, our cost is a known product. Then if another person buys it, another person buys it, the whole room buys it, the cost as a company is the same as if one person buys it. Think of Bill Gates, right? He has Microsoft. He comes up with a product, a digital product. Whether he sells 1 or a million, he makes more money, right? Here, whether we sell 1 or a million, we don't operate in that business parameter because we say, listen, we're going to give you the right to sell our product. And as you sell our product, we're also going to give you the right to collect the money for the product. We're also going to give you a system that tracks all of that, that creates the pay button so this way you can collect the money. It eliminates our processing to do payroll because you're collecting the money directly. The system downloads the product for you or makes the product available for your customers. And this way, all of that is done automatically, and our cost as a company is a known commodity. So this way, all we have to charge is $9.95 a month. That's it. If you make $100,000 a year in National Wealth Center, that's certainly, it's very cool. Okay? Very, very cool. And I hope everybody here does that. If you do that over a year, guess how much the company makes? Anybody know? If you make $100,000, $120. $10 a month. You make that's a deal. That is a deal. So essentially, what is National Wealth Center? National Wealth Center is not a network marketing program. It is the company creating a micro business for you with more power than if you spent $500,000 in a business. They can allow you for a whopping minimum $35, $34.95 to latch on or piggyback on what we've already created as a company. And then you are able to use everything that we have available. Tools, training, support, products. Everything that we have available is yours for $9.95 a month. That's our leasing fee, or we call it it's almost like a franchise fee. Okay, $10 a month, you make as much money as you can make. So we've been doing that and refining that technique for about 8 or 9 years, and it's been extremely successful. So when you talk to people about National Wealth Center, one of the things they're going to say is 100%. Right? Has anybody gotten that? It's got to be one of those things, right? You can't make 100%. It's got to be one of those things, right? Now you know the mechanism by which we do that, right? It should be taught in every business platform in the country, every education platform in the country, because it makes sense. The company doesn't have to gouge itself and make 50% of what you make. That's traditional affiliate marketing. We create a product, you sell the product, we make 50%, you make 50%. Right? That's acceptable. That's what most affiliate programs do. We don't do that. We say, listen, just pay us a little bit, you make as much as you want. Because if you make as much as you want, what happens? You get motivated. And you spread the word and you network with other people, and thus more people sell a product, more people buy the product, and we make more $10. So if we allow you to make more money, then we make more of a little bit. And more of a little bit means stability for us, and means more money. We're here to make money. You're here to make money. And if we make money, we're able to put money back into the program, to be able to increase it and make more things available for you, to be able to make more money in the program. So has anybody seen the new back office that we just put in there last night? If you haven't, check it out. It's in the back office. We just released it last night. A few months ago, we released kind of a preview of it, and we had to do some changes to it, and we just released last night. It's called a parallax system. Very expensive to put in. It's a form of programming that is all the rage right now programming, okay? It's beautiful, and we're going to expand on that and put also the front of the website in that type of programming. So when you tell people about this website, the system, they're going to go like, wow, this is great. What does that do? It makes it for you easier to build your business, because more people say they'll go like, wow, this makes a lot of sense, this looks so professional, they'll come in and everybody wins. So that's one of the new things that we have is the new back office that's available, and the products. Now I'm going to have Dr. Stan come out in just a moment to talk a little bit more about the products. And this isn't necessarily a product presentation, but we want to let people know that we actually have products. So one of the things that you're going to find from people, like I said, what am I selling, right? What's the product? Am I just selling air? What are you doing, right? We have in the front of the website, in the product section, we put descriptions of each of the products there, plus also a new link that they can click on, and they can actually see a screenshot of the whole back office for one of the months. Okay, they just click on it, it expands to make it bigger, they can see all the products that they get, so this way they can actually see what they're getting. Also, we have presentations on there they can watch and everything. Sometimes people don't want to sit there and watch the videos all the time. So we have all this that available for the product. So, Dr. Stan. Okay, so we have just a moment. So, guys, we have everything available for you to be able to build your business. We have all the nuts and bolts to do that. We're here to support you. We have live support, tech support, everything available for you in National Wealth Center. That's the business structure that we have. And you can't make any more money than you can here with National Wealth Center. Minimum 80%, and we'll go over why in just a moment if you're not familiar with that. And as much as 100% if you want to build your business yourself with collecting money as well too. But we'll go over that in just a minute. We cover the compensation plan. So I'm going to introduce Dr. Stan Harris. He's the International Training Director. Many of you that have heard us on e-trainings have heard Dr. Stan as well too. An accomplished speaker, 10th degree black belt, amazing guy, family man. I've been his wife and Dr. Stan many, many times. So we get along really well because we just mesh together in many different ways. So I'd like to introduce Dr. Stan Harris, and he's going to go over some of the products as well.
I don't know if some of you know, I'm a top income earner in 3 companies simultaneously when I joined National Wealth Center. So one of those companies I do a conference call for, so while we're talking, I set it up where it's doing a conference call automatically, and then I just had to close it out. And then I got a call from another guy that's joining National Wealth Center at the $3,500 level. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you, if you don't know yet, you'll hear the compensation plan. But that means $3,150. come to me. Peter only gets $350. Do you know there are people that have run multi-million-dollar businesses that only make $60,000 a year profit? Let me say it again. Do you know I have friends that run multi-million-dollar businesses, brick-and-mortar business, only make $60,000 a year? Because see, all the overhead. But when you make $60,000 a year here, the only overhead you have is what? So you should be throwing your $9.95 to the company. So anyway, let's talk real quick about the products, okay? So here's what we have as far as products. Now, by the way, is it too cool for anybody? Okay, so just a little bit. It was getting warm, and I know it's about to heat up in here a little bit more. So thank you, sir. All right, appreciate that. So anyway, so here's the products real quick, because let me tell you this. If it wasn't for the compensation plan, the products that I'm about to talk about, I would still be part of National Wealth Center even if it didn't have a comp plan. How many of you ever been to college? Did you ever try to figure out how much it costs for your college education? The average person is going to spend anywhere from $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000. If you happen to be a guy like me that goes 12 years to get your master's and doctorate and all that kind of stuff, are y'all hearing me? Yeah. Now, why don't you write something down, because note takers are money makers, and this will change your life forever. Education that doesn't put or create movement in your feet. So education, help me out, what did I say? Education. That doesn't create what in your feet? Movement in your feet. And put money in your pocket. Help me out, and put what? Money in your pocket. Okay, help me out again. Education. That does not put what? Money. No, the first one was right. Okay. Now, by the way, why do I have you repeat back? It's called breakthrough training. See, I say it, you may or may not believe it. You say it, you believe what you say. Are you getting this, Bernardo? So you do your training when you talk to them, when you do your... Now, I can't do this on the phone, right? Because, but I can do it here. So what I'm saying is this. So you repeat that to people. So again, education that doesn't put what in your feet? Good. And then put what? In your pocket. Get this now, is wasted education. That's pretty rough, ain't it? That's the truth. Anybody else know that's the truth? But guess what? Those of us that have been educated, and we went to college, and we learned how to totally promulgate our esoteric computations and articulate our superficial sentimentalities with a mythical and philosophical, psychological observations, and beware platitudes, ponderosities, and we even learned how to let our extemporaneous verbal evaporations demonstrate a clarified conciseness, no pre-scrutiny, or general bafflement. I've been educated. But all that means is say what you mean without using big words, right? But it didn't put much money in my pocket. When I got started in the home-based business, and somebody said, how'd you like to, and here's a question that got me, by the way. You might want to write this down. I mean, you may or may not, I don't know, it just depends. I just know note takers or money makers. If I could show you how to make more money in a month than you make an entire year, will that be worth 30 minutes of your time? Yes. And what do you think I said when they asked me that? I was like, well, first my question was, how much longer do I have to go to college? Right? 12 years, excuse me, of college. So 24 years altogether of school. I'm thinking, you know, and I'm from the hood, right? So it's like, I'm the guy who never even thought I'd make it out of high school, much less graduate college and postgraduate work and become a professor. So I'm thinking, I'm kind of making it, right? Now these characters talking about how I like to make more money in a month than I make an entire year without going to college. And I was like, sign me up. And they wasn't lying. When I started making more money a month, I was making an entire year. I said, boss man, I'm sorry, I can't work for you, boy. I got eye trouble. He said, Doc, what's wrong with your eyes? I said, I can't see myself working for you anymore. Come on now. have been psychologically unemployable. You couldn't give me a job. Matter of fact, my goal is to teach people from having a job to becoming like Job. Now, job, somebody help me out. Job usually stands for jump out of what? Okay, jump out of bed. Okay, help me out. Jump out of bed. One more time. Jump out of bed. See, I might want to write this down. See, and y'all can start saying, see, here, let me help you understand something. Here's, and I just learned this one, Bernard. What I'm going to, imagine this. Imagine if I told you what I'm about to teach on, you're going to need to teach your people next week. Now you start, right? So watch this. By the way, somebody told me years ago, he who does not quote will never be quoted. So years ago, he was like, all you ever do is quote everybody else. And one guy told me, said, don't worry about that. And I'm glad I listened to him, because guess what? All kind of people quote me now. I called Les Brown's phone the other day. He said, as my friend Dr. Breakthrough says. I was like, oh, man, you use my stuff, I'm using yours. Are y'all with me? Yeah. He who does not quote, help me out, will never be quoted. So don't let people, all you have to do is quote. No, quote some stuff. Because first of all, it's going to help your mind to think on a higher plane. But then when you talk to people, I want you to pick up how I ask questions and call and response. Because you want to make sure people are with you. Because sometimes they don't hear what I say, but they hear what they say. And sometimes the person next to them don't hear what I say, but they hear what the guy next to them says. Are you with me? And that's why y'all, any of y'all ever been to a church, or sometimes even some synagogues will say, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor! Right. Or look at the person next to you, right? Well, they're doing that for this reason. So let's back up again and see if you're still with me. Education that doesn't put what? In your feet or produce is what? Wasted. Now what was I just saying right before I said that? Or right before I stopped? Help me make a fortune. I never made $100,000 a month as a college professor. But I made $100,000 a month in this business. And in this one here, I'm going to be doing $1 million a month by next year, so y'all better enjoy seeing me now while y'all can. But some of y'all coming with me, right? That's right. But see, it's possible. It's possible in this business. But $25, they said a true business is a personal development course disguised as a business. Meaning any true business, in order to get better and go higher, you got to become more. See, there's 3 words you got to know. It's called be, do, and have. Help me out. 3 words you got to know. Be, do, and have. Okay, one more time. 3 words you got to learn. Be, do, and have. In other words, watch this. The only reason you don't have more is because you're not doing more. Right? And the only reason you're not doing more is because right now you're doing all you know to do. But when you increase your being, now when you be more, you can do more. And when you do more, you can have more. But what Peter allows you to do through his tools also is not just do more, do smarter more. Leverage more. Right? I mean, never one time as a college professor did I ever get a phone call right before I did a presentation that somebody tell me they put thousands of dollars into my account. Are y'all hearing me? Yes. Now, so be, do, and have. And personal education is all about that. Scott Hoffer says something that's real powerful. I'm not going to write this one down. He said, learners will inherit the earth. Help me out, class. Who shall inherit the earth? Learners. Okay, watch this. Learners shall inherit the earth, while the learned, See, learners, help me out. Learners is somebody that's still what? Learning. But the learned is somebody that think they what? Learning. Right? How many of you have met any learning folks before? Oh. Okay. Only 4 or 5 of us, huh? I live with one. Oh, you live? Okay. So watch this. Learners, he said, shall inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves, April, beautifully equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. That's right. These people are going to college, graduating, getting their master's, and by the time they get out, the thing they've been studying is already passed and done with. It's gone. Technology is changing so fast. But listen, personal development, though, makes a difference no matter what. Years ago, they asked me to speak at an internet marketing conference, and I didn't know a thing about internet marketing back then. I just know a little bit now. Thank God for Peter's helping me learn even more, but I really didn't know a thing. And I said, why would you have Dr. Breakthrough to come speak at an internet conference? He said, cuz it's all about your mindset. He said, people think it's what you do on the internet, but what you do on the internet is going to be limited based on what's in here. So you're the guy that helps them to get a breakthrough in here. If they get that broken through and they get through the limits, I can teach them to make all kind of money online. By the way, this guy really affected me too, because I've been blessed, you know, I've spoken and made as much as $47,000 in 1 hour. That was a good hour. Oh, you get a discount, Peter, don't worry. But he said, Doc, you get paid well, but it's all based on you traveling and speaking. He said, I could send an email out when I come up with a new book, a new product, a new training, and I can make anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 literally within 24 to 48 hours by people responding to my email. I was like, oh, Jesus. Say that again. He said, I don't have to go anywhere. I need to start learning this thing you're doing. And back then, by the way, my mindset was, I'm Dr. Breakthrough. I break stuff and do all kinds, but I don't do that stuff. Right? I'm telling you that. So we put limits on our own self. And as long as I said that, guess what? Couldn't learn. Because I said I don't do that. How many of you find people on your team say, well, I'm just not really good at the internet stuff, right? You know what Picasso said? I am always doing that which I cannot do in order that I may learn how to do it. Let me say it one more time. See, when your team members start spitting on it, you better say, well, you know what Picasso said, don't you? They're going to say, no, what do you say? So help me out. What did Picasso say? I am always doing that which I cannot do. Why? In order that I may learn how to do it. Bernardo asked me about he wanted to be a public speaker. He said, how do you do it? Just start speaking. Anytime somebody lets you up from, just talk, man. If you go to a church, they got a Sunday school class, they cannot teach Sunday school class. Because you get up in front of somebody and start talking. Okay? So, personal development. Only $25. How much? Only $25. Audio, video. Real quick, business development. Do you know a lot of people in home-based business don't know anything about, business. That's why a lot of times owners of, top distributors start a business, their own business, and all of a sudden it doesn't go well. Because they knew how to be a good distributor, but they didn't know. So Peter's allowing you to learn all about the ins and outs of business. Again, audios and videos and so forth. Everything you need to know about business, branding and everything. Incredible stuff. But this is the type of education that's going to produce movement in your feet and put what? Money in your pocket. It ain't going to just flatten and puff up your head. That's only $50 a month. Okay? Now the third thing, I guess you're getting paid now. The third one is what's called wealth development. How many of y'all like saving money? How many of y'all like making money? But how many of y'all like to manage your money? See, Shaquille O'Neal, when he got drafted, 30 minutes after he got drafted, he spent $1 million. His banker called him, chewed him out, said, you're going to end up like the rest of those athletes, broke, busted, and disgusted. They said, okay, what do I need to do? He said, start getting education, stop spending, learn how to. And now Shaq is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal, and he has 364 businesses. I'm trying to get a hold of him so I can help him have reason. One for every day. But he started learning about managing his money. See, it's not so much how much you make, it's how much you have left of what you make. And a lot of people, but our wealth development is going to teach you all that stuff in detail. Again, audios, videos, and this is all digital products. And again, the only difference is I paid to go sit in the classroom and let a guy try to put me to sleep, and I just have to, kid you not, I worked 2 jobs, 2.5 jobs to go to college. I would stand up in the back, man, right, trying to stay awake. Now, you know it's bad when you get so sleepy, you fall asleep standing up. You laughing, I'm serious. I averaged 3 hours sleep a night going through college. And sometimes, of course, I was traveling preaching on the weekends, so I wouldn't sleep all weekend a lot of times. But you know what? I wanted that paper, that diploma, right? That paper that was telling me, you know, go to school, get good grades, get a diploma, get a good job, live happily ever after.
40, 40, 40.
Right. So this wealth development is going to really teach you ins and outs by people that are making money, saving money, and teach you how to manage your money. I signed a guy the other day that's a what's it called? Financial planner. Totally broke. Because, by the way, when you get somebody who wants to be your financial planner, find out how many digits, zeros they got in their bank account. Because they've been only taught how to manage stuff, they're not taught how to make it. And they taught how to manage your money, but not their own. And I got him to join the business so he can truly learn how to manage his money, and more importantly, how to make some money. Even if you don't manage it well, just make even more than what you mismanage and you'll be fine. All right? So 3 products. $25 is personal what? Development. Audios, videos, that's live calls, by the way, also. And then we got only $50 for what? Business development. Okay? And then we got only $100 a month for what? Wealth development. Okay? Now those 3 right there change your life forever. I promise you. Change your life forever. Now, then we got just 3 more and I'll be done. This is our B12 shot in the arm money. $250 you got what's called Fitness Advantage, Fitness Elite. Truly, think about it. What good is your health, your wealth, if you don't have your health? A lot of people expend their health to get wealth, and then they turn around and try to take their wealth and try to buy their health back. So why not learn to have both? And by the way, your true wealth is your health. Queen of England said I'd spend every dime I had to get my health back. It was too late. So again, for $250 one time, how many times? One time. And you get, again, access to, again, audios, videos. See, again, instead of going to a classroom like I went to, from the comfort of your own home or from your own smartphone, you can learn these lessons. By the way, before I did anything with it, every day, you can ask my wife, every day of my life, I'm reading a book, I'm listening to a CD, I'm watching a DVD, every day of my life, I'm meditating. That's life. People who are successful, that's what they learn to do. Now you're going to turn around and let me get paid for doing what I've been doing anyway? Are you kidding me? And if you want to get breakthrough, I'm going to teach you need to learn these products, get involved with it. Forget the comp plan, you just need these products. Are you with me? Yes. What if in school they started learning something? How many of y'all like me went through the comp, they didn't teach you how to budget a checking account? Right? The checkbook is like, right? You know, I used to budget mine, I balance mine, get my statements. Little did I know those other stuff took, right? They didn't teach us that. Okay, so $250 one time. Watch this. Now if you take $1,000 one time, it's Wealth Elite. Now this is about real estate. This is about stock market. This is about Forex trading. Now Peter's a genius. This stuff kind of is like easy to him. Me, I'd be like, how about we look on, look at right? But if you're going to teach me, if you're going to teach me something that you know that I don't know, all you're going to do is help me get better. And then let me get paid on top of that. And then lastly, $3,500. Only $3,500. $100,000 for only $3,500 one time. It's called Network Marketing Elite. Now what if we had a mentor that taught people and helped them make over $100 million? If a mentor helped people to make, I'm not talking about him, if he helped other people make $100 million, wouldn't that be worth paying $3,500 one time to have him teach you? Yeah. Okay, and then what about if you could turn around and then make the money back? And then what if you can learn to get paid to have somebody teaching you? That's what we're going to talk about. So National Wealth Center. The products, help me out one more time, we'll be done. Only $25 a month is personal development. Only $50 a month is business development. And then only $100 a month is wealth. Right. And then those are monthly. Now, one-time payment, $250 is fitness. One-time payment, $1,000 is wealth elite. And then one time for the Network marketing, only $3,500. And that's our product smash Wilson. Okay, Peter, come on back, man, talk about the comp plan. Come on, get your hand.
Turn the products into making money.
Yeah.
We talked about leverage. We talked about the business structure that we have, giving you your own business, your own turnkey micro business that you can duplicate on an international basis. This is not just in the U.S. I spoke to Ray today, and he was talking about building a huge business in Latin America. We have every intention to expand to other countries as far as languages. Initially, we're doing obviously English and working into the Spanish market. So if you know anyone that is habla Espanol, I do not. However, I do understand business, and I know that 50% of these countries speak Spanish. Expand out into other countries where we're going to really expand the business so that this way we'll have the site in Spanish, more products in Spanish, and so on to be able to do that. Now that's in phase 3 and 4 of the business. Right now we're just doing phase 1. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 means we have a plan that we're going to keep on expanding the business for you, which makes more money for yourself. Okay? So we talked about a lot of concepts, mainly about leveraging and making money for your business. So what we want to do with the compensation plan is show you that with the 25 to 50 to 100, how you can make money doing that. Those are called residual income, which means they are monthly. Okay? Residual income I call the holy grail of money making in network marketing. You want to have residual income. We have built many programs that are one-time payment programs. I mean, you just pay one time, that's it. All well and good, they all work really well. However, you have to keep on building because you don't have any residual income. Any kind of business that you have some form of residual income means you build it this month in December, and next month you're building your new business, your new income for the same business, but the money you brought in for December now recurs in January, February, March, and you kind of layer it on top of each other. I was all about selling products when I first did my business, 1998, 99, 2000. I thought I was doing great. Basically what I was doing was selling products one time and just creating myself a job. Because every month I had to wake up and I had to start the slate clean and I had to go out and sell again, and sell again. So because my income didn't keep on coming in, I had to keep on developing new products and more things to be able to do that. Essentially, that's what most people do is they work a time for money scenario. Trade your time for your money. That's called people having a job. I have nothing against people having a job. It's a necessary thing for people to be able to have a job. However, that scenario of trading your time for money is faulty. I think everybody will agree with that. By the time you get up to retirement age, you're relying on the government or some other form of income to be able to earn your income, or you're probably having to still keep on working. So the trading time for money is faulty. I know to get started, I got to get started really, really quick and let the company take the payment. They say, hey, this is really working. Then maybe next month, they say, listen, I want to make 100%, not 80%. They just switch it back to themselves. They take the money themselves, they back it. So 80% net or 100% net. Totally up to you how you want to do it. You want us to do everything soup to nuts, it's 80%. You want to collect the money yourself, you do everything soup to nuts, you make 100%. You can't beat it, right? So the first person pays you back, or pays you the money for the 25. The second person, okay, that you introduce is now a bonus to the person that introduced you, which in this case would be Dr. Stan if he introduced me. So that's the leveraging part. If it was straight, I refer everybody and I make 25, I've just created myself a job because there's really not much leverage to it other than the monthly. So we want to have a little bit of an extra oomph to it, which is the roll-up system that we have. So the second person goes to Dr. Stan. The third person that I refer would come to me. Now I'm in profit on 3 people. 25 and 25, 50, I'm spending 25. Now I'm making 50, I'm in profit on 3. Break even with you. The second and fourth are bonuses to your sponsor. Now, not just the $25 goes to the person. Here's where some people miss it. The $25 also goes to Dr. Stan, but those people actually roll up to Dr. Stan, and now the system considers them personally sponsored by Dr. Stan. Okay, so he's getting the business entity of those people plus the $25 every single month. So you no longer have I mean, they're considered direct sponsor to you, but now they're sponsored by this person who brought you in. Okay. My goal is 247 to help them make a list to get rolling in 2 days, to get their 4 people in 7 days. If you can get people started that quick, because the first person was going to pay them back. Now they see it's real, it works, right? Now they're locked in, because why would you leave a business that you're breaking even on? Right? So if you can get them to 4 people, now they're in profit, why would they leave a business that they're making money in? So you lock them into the business and you've taught them that simple system. Try to get, in 2 days, you get 4 people in 7 days. Okay? So the first and third person that are there, I'm teaching them that system. Now, the first and third person they keep, the second and fourth person rolls up to me. I gave 2, now I'm getting 2 and 4, because now they're giving me the second and fourth. You give up 2, and you get 4. It's a good deal, right? I started with 2 people are now direct to me. Now I have 6. 2 plus the 2 plus the 2, now I have 6. That's what you call leverage, right? So now I'm making $150 a month. I spent $25, I help them get their people, they roll up to me. I'm making $150 a month, $125 net, every single month. Back to the business plan, right? Now, those people that they brought in that rolled up to me, those 4 people, they're considered personally sponsored by me. Now I have 6 people. Those people, those 4 people that roll up to me, when they bring in their second and fourth, what happens? They roll up to me. Because even though I didn't sponsor them, they're now considered direct sponsored by the system. Now you have those extra 4 people who referred 2 each, and I have another 4 people. Those people bring their second and fourth, I have another 4 people, another 4 people, another 4 people. See how that works? So that's only with you bringing in 4. What happens if you bring in more? Go for it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, to infinity, every person after the 4th person, you're keeping direct. No more roll-ups. So every person, say if you bring in 5, 6, 7, 8, you start with another group of 4. Every one of those people, you're getting their second and fourth. So you have 4 times 2 each. They roll up to you as well. Now you start another 8 pay lines in your business. So that leveraging process is very simple. Start with 4. When you got them going, work with their people. When you got them going, you say, okay, I'm managing this pretty well. I kind of pull it a little bit, and then you get some more. And you bring them in, start to duplicate the same process. It's not how many people you can sign up, it's how many people that you can duplicate. Here's another word you want to write down. Leverage duplication. Very important, duplication. The amount of people is not important. It's how many people can you duplicate the system with. We're programming the system right now. We call rank levels. When you get your 4 people, you move up a rank. Now we can't pay you more money because you're making 100%, right? Right? So you get rank levels. You help 4, you get a rank. When you help those 4 to get 4, you get a rank. You move up a rank, so on. So it's status levels in the program, so other people that are coming into the business see that how many people you personally help. Helping other people. That's what it's all about. So that duplication process is pretty cool. So every month, you're leveraging yourself on the month before. And that's how you build true wealth. You have yourself December, rolling over to January, rolling over to March. And if you're consistently working each month, just like you did the month before, the income exponentially grows. If you ever haven't seen the video on the website in the compensation plan, it's the blue video, it's the 10-10-10 video, on how that multiplication works, it's life-changing. If you see that video, and you'll be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you'll get the eyes point. Now I get it. You get that aha moment? Now I get it. If someone looks at that video with nothing else around it, and it's all out of context, you're like, yeah, right, can't work. It's one of those things. How can you make money like that? Right? But if they see it in context with everything else, now you know what I'm talking about. It makes sense, right? So it's wrapped around a true business, and it's working on leverage to get yourself out of that time for money is changing money scenario. That's how the rich get richer. They have leverage, and they have their businesses generate income that's not relying on themselves to do the work. It's not about working hard. It's about putting a vehicle together that's going to constantly generate money every month that's not relying on you to make it happen. That's what also our income levels, the $50 to $100 do. The wealth advantage, learning how to be able to use the stock market, how to be able to use real estate, forex, excuse me, all those different things that can leverage. So this way, when you do start making money, what do? You buy stuff. That's what most people do. They buy stuff. They make more money, they buy stuff, right? And but their stuff doesn't make them more money. It's called not assets, liabilities, right? Most people buy liabilities that don't actually make them more money. So in the wealth development, you can buy assets that continue to generate more money. Here's a big thing. You might want to write this down. The difference between rich and poor, one of the differences, is most of the time people don't have money, they earn income, they spend as much as they can spend on stuff and bills, and they try to invest what's next, what's left over. The rich, they invest first, and then they spend what's left. Because they're always building up that income stream that's constantly making them more money, so when they're sleeping, they're making money. Their money's making them money. Your National Wealth Center business is making you money. So in the wealth development, you start out small. Maybe we teach you something you can learn, maybe go to another company or something that's going to teach you more about that, more about trading and things like that. And you can start putting $100,000, $500,000 into something and start to develop it over time. It's not to get rich quick, guys. It's a methodical way to be able to separate yourself from mediocrity. So now the $50 level does the same thing. Business advantage and wealth advantage. You just take the 25 and you double it. Now you've leveraged yourself into another financial vehicle that's going to work as well. You're working the 25, you're working the 50, they're working independently from each other. Now, I can have the same people do the 50 as the 25. I can do the 100 and have the same people do the 25, the 50, and the 100. They could be the same people, or they could be different. My concept was, if I break even on one person with $25, I'm like, wow, would I like to make $25 a month, or why don't I do 25, 50, and 100, break even on one person, make $175 a month? Because the risk is the same. All I need is one. If I need one for one, why can't I have one for all three? And this way, I'm going to multiply my income by multiple times, 7 times, then 25. So I'm making $175 a month versus 25 a month, and your income exponentially grows. So one of the big things you'll hear from people when you talk to them that don't understand this concept is $175 a month, right? Because they're looking at it as a consumer. You look at it as an expense. My cell phone bill, my rent bill, my mortgage bill, my car bill as a bill. It's an expense because expenses they're not assets. You look at this as an asset generating a vehicle that all you need is one person, and now it's generating you assets. It's generating you an income stream that you can grow over time, not overnight, but over time, and that'll continue to pay you month after month after month after month. That's what you're looking for. And the faster you work that engine, the faster you're going to get to your goals. If you look at that video, I go back to that video again, it's just showing you mathematically if you did everything perfect. Nobody's going to go over it, right? But you don't need that many people to significantly put a dent in your income. Really, with 100% income paying back to you, you don't need that many people to make thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month, 6 figures a month. You don't need that many people. It's not going to happen overnight. But now you have the vehicle where there's no glass ceiling. If you're working somewhere for somebody, think of yourself 5 years from now. Do you have the opportunity to earn that kind of money? Probably not, right? So now you have a vehicle that over time, you shoot for the stars. If you don't reach the stars, maybe you get the, right? Maybe you can make $20,000 a month. So in 5 years, maybe you make $10,000. I can't promise any of you to make that kind of money. That's my disclaimer. Okay? We can't promise anybody. Peter told me I'm going to make $10,000 a month. Everybody is different. Everybody's work ethic is different. The compensation plan we have here is the same for everybody in this room. If I was to work the business, it's the same for me, it's the same for you. Everything's the same. Policies and procedures are the same. The products are the same. Everything's the same. It's an equal playing field for everybody. We don't change it for one person versus another person. Black, white, men, Asian, Caucasian, education level, tall, fat, short. It doesn't matter. It's all the same for everybody. So you have an even playing field. It doesn't matter who you are. You have the opportunity to pass anybody in this business. It doesn't even matter when you join. Because people in this business, if I sponsor someone, I'm not making any money than them. So it's not the fat cat on the top making all money. you can make more money than the person who came in 4 months ago. Very quick. We have someone, Tricia Smith, if you've been on the calls, we've heard Tricia. And she had a methodical plan. She said, this month I'm going to make this much, next month I'm going to make this. It was a methodical plan to do that. And within a few months, within I think 3 or 4 months, she had 60%. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot of people. But she didn't do it at $25 a month. She did it at $175 a month. And she taught people to duplicate that process. Okay? Because at $175 a month, if you look at the compensation plan, you don't need a lot of people. So I'm just talking handful, real estate. So if you look at down the road, 476 people or something like that. That's not all you bring them in. That's you bring in more people on your hit line. That's $1 million a year. So think of any other program out there. Think how many people you have to bring in and have your business to have that rate. It's not 475 people. So,
48.
not a lot of people. So, guys, it's available. What I'm just trying to say is everything is available to you as far as making that happen. Now, let's go into, that's the residual part, $25, $50, $100 to be able to do that. That's the core of the program because it's teaching you the philosophy that we have here to be able to leverage so on. Now, the next level up, the one-time payments, $250, $1,000, $3,500. That's what we said before, the shot in the arm finance money. That's the money that you can make one time, and it's going to give you that boost. That's your advertising money, your car money, your rent money, to buy a gift for yourself, whatever it happens to be. But it's a great thing to have, $3,150 coming to you in one shot. It's a great thing. Now, those levels at the top, there's a 10% admin fee to it. So, $250, you'll see 2 buttons there. $225 goes to the member, $25 goes to the company. You have to pay for the prize and so on. So you're making 90% net commission on those 3 levels. $1,000 is $900 to the member, $100 to the company, $3,500 is $3,150 to the member, and $350 to the company. So you're making 90% of those upper levels. Very similar to the reverse 2-up, but it's not monthly. It's called a 1-up. So it's very simple. Is I just refer one person. They go up to Dr. Stan. If you would sponsor me, same scenario. That's my qualifier. Now, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, everybody stays with me. I can sponsor as many people as I want. They all stay with me. I make $225 or $900 or $3,150, depending on whatever level they come in at, whatever product level. When they bring in their first person, they come to me. That's their qualifier. So if I bring in 10, the first one goes to Dr. Stan. I have 9 left. Now I have 9 people that would come to me. Besides, there are 9 that come to me directly because I sponsor them. When they bring in their first, now I have another 9, so I have 18 on my first level. Now I'm getting 225, 900, or 3150 on those people if they're at those levels. Okay? So that's the 1-up. Just one person. That's it. And then everyone beyond that point you keep. Very, very fair, but it has that little bit of a leverage to it that's going to make it fun. It's going to make it exciting. And you can actually do very, very well with a 1-up. So the reason why we do a 1-up with the higher levels is because it's a higher dollar amount. Because you don't necessarily have to have as much reverse 2-up with 2 coming up at a higher dollar amount because it's more money. Like the lower dollar amounts are less money, and then you need that 2 versus the 1 because you're dealing with less money. So you flip it on the upper level. So it's great to have that extra money coming in, the financial B12 shots I call them, and they will pay you directly just like they do everything else. So here's a special in case you guys don't know about that. This is built into the system. Those upper levels, those 3 upper levels. If you initially start at the 250, great, nothing changes. Then if you say, listen, I want to join the 100, the 1,000, great, nothing changes. Then I want to join the 3,500, great, nothing changes. Okay? Let's say you come in, you say, listen, I see it, I want to come in, I'm going for the 3,500 right away. Great. The 1,000 is included for free, the 250 is included for free, the 1-up on the 250 is included, and the 1-up on the 1,000 is included. You're fully qualified at those levels. It's automatic by the system. You pay $3,500, then the 1,000, the 250, plus the qualifier 1,000 and the 250. That's $2,500 in freebies that you're getting for $3,500.
Wow.
Do you know that? So that's when you come in at that level directly. Okay. If you say, listen, I can't do 3,500, I want to come to 1,000. Great. The 250 is free. Okay. The 1-up is included. So what does that do when you do that? Well, that means that everybody from the very first person that you bring in at 250 is yours. You don't think of anybody else. If you're at the 3,500, then you say, listen, wow, I bring in somebody 1,000, I'm getting $900 on that. I don't think of anybody else. That's a great deal because everybody's coming directly to you. You only have to give the one up at 3,500 if you're coming at that level. If you're coming at the 1,000, you only have to give a one up at 1,000. The 250, you don't have to do that. So that's something we built into the system as an incentive to have people go for it. And when we say go for it, you just need one, and then one comes in. All right, so that's the compensation plan, guys. Leverage, building your business, and residual income plus the extra money that comes in as well, too. So enjoy it, work it, and I hope you get that aha moment. So back to you, Dr. Stan. Wow.
Or be live in it, you live a very limiting lifestyle. Are you with me? So one of the things we're going to do is help you have life without limits. We're going to teach you how to break the limits